Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, life just doesn't seem fair, like everyone else has it better than you? Maybe you've caught yourself thinking, if only I had what they have, then I'd be happy. If that sounds familiar, this story's for you. It's not just another tale, it's a powerful lesson that could completely change the way you see your life. By the end of this video, you'll discover why comparing yourself to others is holding you back and how to find true happiness right where you are. So sit back, stay with me, and let this story of a raven's journey transform your perspective. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. It's the story of a raven, and it begins in a quiet forest on a calm and sunny day. High up on the branch of a tree sat a raven, but this was no ordinary day for him. His heart was heavy with sorrow, and tears streamed down his face. He thought about his life and felt utterly miserable. Everywhere he went, people shooed him away. Nobody admired him. He had no beauty to boast about, and his food always seemed hard to come by. The raven truly believed he had drawn the shortest straw in life. Now beneath that same tree, a monk sat in meditation. The world around him was still, the kind of stillness that lets you hear every rustle of leaves and feel every drop of dew. Suddenly, the monk felt something wet touch his cheek. It wasn't rain, it was a tear, a single tear that had fallen from the raven above. The monk looked up, and there it was, the raven crying its heart out.
What troubles you, my friend?
The monk asked gently. The raven, startled at first, hesitated before answering.
Oh, wise one,
He said, his voice trembling.
my life is unbearable. No one loves me. No one even wants me around. People chase me away as if I'm nothing. I'm tired of living this way.
Hearing this, the monk's heart filled with compassion.
Why do you think your life is so miserable? Perhaps you are looking at it the wrong way.
But the raven shook his head, his sadness unyielding.
How can you say that? Look at me. I'm just a plain black bird. If only I were like other birds, beautiful and admired, then maybe I could be happy.
The monk, understanding the depth of the raven's despair, said,
Very well. If you wish to be like another bird, I can help you. But first, I want you to see how other birds live. Go, speak to them and learn their stories. Then come back, and I'll grant your wish.
This intrigued the raven. Perhaps, just perhaps, there was a chance for a better life. With newfound hope, he spread his wings and took flight. The raven's first destination was a nearby pond. Here he had often seen a swan swimming. From afar, he could already see the swan's dazzling white feathers glistening in the sunlight. The raven landed on a tree branch near the pond and called out,
Oh, Swan, you're so beautiful, so pure and elegant. Surely you must be the happiest bird in the world.
The swan turned to face the raven, her expression soft but tinged with sadness.
You think I'm happy because of my white feathers?
She asked.
People admire me, yes, but do you know what I long for? I long for color. Look around you. The world is filled with vibrant hues, reds, blues, greens, but I have none of that. White feels empty to me. If only I could be colorful, like the parrot, then I might be happy.
The raven was surprised. He had always thought the swan was perfect, but now he saw that even she had her sorrows. Still, he was determined to find the happiest bird. Thanking the swan, he flew off to find the parrot. The parrot, perched high in a lush green tree, was a sight to behold. Its feathers shimmered in a dazzling array of colors: emerald green, fiery red, golden yellow. Surely this bird had everything one could dream of. The raven approached and said,
Oh, Parrot, you're so vibrant, so lively. You must be the happiest bird in the world.
The parrot looked at the raven, his eyes reflecting a sadness that the raven didn't expect.
I may look colorful, but my life isn't as bright as you think. Do you know what it's like to live in fear? People see my colors and want to capture me. They lock me in cages so they can admire me up close. My freedom is always at risk. If I could choose, I'd rather be like the peacock, admired but free to roam.
The raven's heart sank. First the swan, now the parrot. Neither was as happy as he had imagined. Still, he had to see this peacock the parrot spoke of. Maybe, just maybe, the peacock had found the happiness he was looking for. The raven flew far and wide until he reached a zoo where he had heard a peacock was kept. It wasn't hard to find. A crowd had gathered near the peacock's enclosure, marveling at the bird's breathtaking beauty. Its tail, a shimmering cascade of blues and greens, fanned out like a living work of art. The raven waited until the crowd thinned before approaching the peacock.
Oh, Peacock,
The raven said, his voice filled with admiration.
you are the most beautiful bird I've ever seen. People flock to see you, to admire your beauty. You must be the happiest bird in the world.
The peacock looked at the raven, his eyes filled with a sadness deeper than words could express.
You see my beauty, but you don't see my cage.
He replied,
Yes, people admire me, but at what cost? I've lost my freedom. I cannot fly wherever I wish. And do you know what hurts the most? People pluck my feathers to make decorations. Every time they do, it feels like a part of me is taken away. I've watched you, raven, flying freely above the trees, and I've thought to myself, if only I could be like that raven, then I would be happy.
The raven was speechless. He had envied the peacock, thinking it had everything, but now he saw the truth. Every bird had its struggles, its own burdens to bear. For the first time, the raven began to see his life in a new light. The raven returned to the monk, his heart lighter, his mind clearer. He landed on the branch where he had sat earlier and said,
Wise one, I understand now. Every bird I met had something I envied, but they all envied something about me. I realize now that I don't want to be anyone else. I'm happy being who I am.
The monk smiled, his eyes filled with wisdom.
You've learned a great truth, my friend. Happiness isn't about being someone else. It's about embracing who you are and finding joy in the life you've been given.
The story of the raven is a gentle reminder of one of life's most important lessons. Happiness doesn't come from wishing for what others have. It comes from appreciating what is already ours. Just like the raven, we often get caught up in comparing ourselves to others. We see someone else's success, beauty, or possessions, and we forget to notice the unique blessings in our own lives. But the truth is, no one's life is without challenges. Behind every success is struggle, behind every smile is a story, and behind every beautiful facade is a hidden reality. When the raven realized this, his perspective shifted, and he found peace in simply being himself. And that's a lesson we can all take to heart. Instead of looking outward and feeling lacking, take a moment to look inward. Think about what makes your life special. It could be your relationships, your freedom, your health, or even small joys like a morning coffee or a walk in the park. Gratitude is the first step toward true happiness. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing in your life that you're grateful for today? Share it in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can inspire each other to focus on the good and celebrate the blessings we already have. If you enjoyed this story and found its message meaningful, please consider giving this video a like. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people who might need to hear this. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more stories and lessons like this one. Together, we're on a journey to find wisdom, peace, and joy in everyday life. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Remember, happiness starts from within. Keep smiling, stay grateful, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye for now.